Good morning, TV Cribs. Welcome to my crib. This is the William T. Duker home. It was built in 1911, and it's an interesting home because it was all composed of locally mined limestone, and it's done in a rusticated style. You could almost rock climb our house, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's very unique. The large stone arch that you see out front there is quite an architectural feat. It's in a mission style home. In fact, if you look at the dorm on the third floor, it basically looks like the top of the Alamo. What I love about this home is the large open floor plan. So many homes I find have smaller rooms, intricate rooms, and I find that they're mostly useless the way we live today. But the open floor plan here works really well for entertaining. We've had over 100 people here for different functions. Some of them we've hosted them for the Quincy Symphony Orchestra, for Quincy Preserves, and it really works really well for that. The living room, one thing I noticed right away was the marble fireplace that you see there. I questioned it right away because I knew that mantle would be more of an 1800s home, like an Italianite, but we did find an article that said that Mr. Duker loved that mantle and he had it brought in and installed in this home from the very beginning, so it's always been here. We have 6 different ways of getting in the house, which is a little bit confusing, but we have double French doors over here, one leading out to the back patio and the other one leading out to a nice screen porch. The large foyer that we have here we use for entertaining also. We're seating for larger gatherings. The newel post is a nice large size, and this home has a full 3-story formal staircase, and the third floor is the ballroom of the home. And right away when we saw that large room, we decided that that had to be the master suite. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on as we go upstairs. From here we're going to head on back to the family room. There's 2 steps here. This room we totally did over. We found out that the woodwork had been painted, but it was quarter sawn oak, so we stripped all of that. We decided to take the radiators out, put radiant heating in the floor and the slate flooring. One thing I love, I had salvaged a base of a high tank toilet at one point. Didn't know what I was ever going to do with it, but it worked in this house. All the above is new, but I can understand why they don't put them in bedrooms very often, or it's quite noisy when you flush those toilets. We do have a large 3-car garage, and we sit on over a ½ acre. It's kind of interesting, we actually sit on over a ½ acre, but this piece of property, the entire block, at one point was the St. Lawrence Cemetery in the mid-1800s. It became overcrowded, and many of the people, or the bodies, were transferred to St. Peter's Cemetery. All right, let's head on back this way. We're going to head up the staircase, and we're going to take the staircase all the way to the 3rd floor and work our way down. One thing we love about this home is the 3 sunrooms. You saw the 1 sunroom in the family room downstairs. This is the 2nd sunroom, and we were kind of surprised because when they listed the home, they didn't even show a picture of this sunroom, so we were kind of surprised when we came up. But it's a great casual seating area, and we sort of have this a little more tropical motif. Welcome to the former ballroom, which now we've turned into our master suite. Nice large area. We have a seating area, as you can see, with the television, and right away when we wanted it to be a master suite, the problem was there was no bathroom on this floor. So right away I had to climb behind and find out where the plumbing was and how it could be done. So this was originally a cedar closet. But now we have a lovely master bathroom. The wallpaper is William Morris paper, and I use that quite a bit throughout the home because he was a designer during that period of time when the house was built. We frequently are questioned about the interior windows. People say, well, was that outside? But interior windows were installed in these homes for 2 purposes, basically ventilation and light. So you can imagine if there were no windows there, that staircase would be rather dark. I do most of the restoration work myself, and I love using old materials. So the bookcases that you see on flanking the chimney wall, that's all made out of old butternut wood that I salvaged, plus the glass itself is salvaged glass, and there's Frank Lloyd Wright panels, the upper lights. One thing nice about this house too is that it's a nice big walk-in closet. I know when I show the home, I always show it, women always like to see the closet.
I want to see the closet.
So it's like, so you can see that it's good size, and then we also have the original drawers that are in here. So lots of good storage. One thing about this home is we found out that the windows and all the doors were natural to start with, but had been painted over, and many of them were not functioning anymore. So we take all the windows outside, strip them, bring them back, re-rope them, whatever needs to be done, and I love the waviness of the old glass throughout the home. But it's quite the project where, I forget how many windows there are in this house, but I lost count. We're going to head on downstairs now, and the second floor is where most of the bedrooms are. We've done all the rooms over. Wait, I'm down to 2 more rooms that have to be done. One thing about this room that I found extremely interesting and still gives me goosebumps is when we bought the house, someone had added a closet here with a desk that ran under the windows. Well, it didn't work for furniture, and it wasn't original, so we wanted that removed. In removing it, there was a board on the bottom here that was used for shoes. Well, there were a couple letters under there that some girls had written to one another, but one little corner piece of newspaper. And I thought, gee, I wonder if there's a date on that piece of newspaper to tell me when it was built. Well, we tore it out about almost 50 years after it was built. But the most interesting thing is, I found the date on that piece of newspaper, which was January 14th, 1970. Doesn't mean much to most people, except for that happened to be my 18th birthday. I have the newspaper over here. It was salvaged. Another interesting fact about that, and it was actually someone on the tour pointed out, that date is the original date of the first broadcast of the Today Show. And oddly enough, what do you see at the top there? Today. We basically did one of the bedrooms more of a masculine style and one more of a feminine style. Typically that's how it was done, the boys on one side, girls on the other. Restoration of all the doors and windows, and I love the little bay window here that we have. One thing that we did change was this door used to open out into the hallway. I didn't particularly like it, but the reason it was done that way was because there used to be a door between this bedroom and the next one, which was right here. Well, we closed that off. It didn't function for us, and then I reversed the door. So this way, when you come upstairs, instead of looking at a door, you're looking at least furniture and an art piece.
What about this dresser here, or desk?
It's an original, originally was an East Lake organ. When we bought it, it was already converted to a desk. It's quite a heavy piece, though. It's all one piece, so there's no.
You get it up the stairs.
Well, we had 3 large brothers who did some of the heavy lifting for us. This room here was the one bedroom that did not connect up to a bathroom. We just thought it functioned better for a library. So at the moment, my next project is to build the bookcases, which will be spanning from wall to wall over here. I do have salvaged doors, glass doors that were in the basement that we're going to be able to use in there. Now we're heading into the original master bedroom. And you're going to see an ongoing project that we've been working on, and down to the last 3 rooms that we're doing, but this next project is quite a large one. It's the disastrous bath that we have here. I think people like to see ongoing work. Hopefully the next time we're going to have this finished. It didn't function very well. For one thing, the medicine cabinet was over the tub.
Were you going to keep the tub?
The tub is staying, and the toilet, which I do have an antique toilet rather, that goes there. There was no space here for getting around, and the sink was over here. What we are doing is we're closing off the second door coming into this bathroom, stealing a foot from the closet, and that will be a 4 foot by 4 foot walk-in shower, curbless.
How long do you think it'll take you to get this done?
I'd like to know that myself. I think it's the biggest problem is it's the tear out. I mean, it's solid. This is what that bathroom is going to consist of. This is again William Morris paper that's going to be going in there. This is going to be the shower with the border, and then the entire floor right into the shower is going to be the herringbone white Carrara marble. Right now we're kind of entering the servants area of the house. As I said before with the bathroom, this will be a solid wall now. We have the laundry chute that is on all 3 floors, but of course over the years, ductwork and electrical and plumbing has gone up through it. This is was titled the sewing room of the house, but my husband Michael actually works remotely, and we turned this into his little office there. This is the maid's room here, and more like the plant room. And at one point a half bath was put in here, so it works quite nicely. Heading down the servant staircase, which will come out in the kitchen. Again, this is the last of the 3 sunrooms that we have. This room was originally a lattice porch. It was already enclosed here when we bought the house. We love how light and bright this house is, though. And a good-sized kitchen, which works really well. I love to cook. Yeah, we did this. This is car siding, which I actually questioned that at one point, because most people, when you say car siding, you think automobile. Well, car siding referred to, back in the day, railroad cars. We did the breakfast room with the copper ceiling, and then the car siding in the kitchen itself. Here are a couple of photos of the before kitchen when we bought the house. One thing you might notice is the kitchen is basically brown and beige, with the only accent color being the avocado green wall oven and range hood. I built those out of all salvage butternut. This room, which functions really well for entertaining, was just an empty shell when we bought the house. One thing we wanted this functioning as for entertaining. When we bought the house, basically originally there would have been a swinging door here and a wall. That was already taken out, but they went too far and they totally opened it up. Basically it looked like a bowling alley. I wanted some definition of space, but I didn't want to close things off, so built the wing wall, did this Frank Lloyd Wright piece, and then put this antique quarter-sawn oak gate to create a definition between the 3 spaces, so it no longer looks like a bowling alley. This was the one room in the house that we really did not have to do much to. It did have the William Morris paper here already. I love the wood paneling. The one thing we did do, though, was we put all the antique light fixtures in this house, including this dining room here. I always wanted a painting done of the home, and I tried to find artists locally that did oil paintings, but architecturally, but I found only ones to do watercolor. So I actually commissioned this to be done, and I contacted an artist who happened to be in the Ukraine. Luckily, I got the painting and really love it. She did a fantastic job. Well, folks, I guess it wouldn't be an episode of Cribs without seeing the inside of our refrigerator. Nothing too special. We eat a lot of vegetables. Okay, folks, that's enough for our crib. It's time for you guys to get out.